Good evening. It's April 12th. Today I wanted to have a very quick video, hopefully, related to position management. All right, hot topic always. What's the point of it? What do I need? So how do I use it? But one issue that I realized that it keeps coming up very, very frequently, it's high frequency positions, I would call them, right? And we can talk all day. I could do a whole seminar just to talk about position management, but I want to focus on the whole idea that, if you have one-to-one relationship between a position and an employee, as you're hiring someone, right? I guess what I'm trying to answer, can you recycle positions? If you have interns, if you have factory workers, right? If you're not really doing workforce planning, you know that these are 10 positions that are always going to have, people are going to be coming and going all the time. But I don't want to have the need to have to create a new position every time someone leaves, right? Because I got to send them to approval. It's just a complete insanity and a nightmare for any people operation teams or anybody who is responsible of approving this position. So my answer to you is yes, you can absolutely recycle positions, okay? Now I'm exclusively speaking from a technical perspective, right? This is definitely a topic in which you need to consider everything from auditing to approvals, like the reasoning for approvals, policies, processes, etc., right? This is a hot topic and it's fairly complex. So if you have questions on this, I'll be happy to come talk to you. I do have to charge you for this one because this is really good info. However, it does move the needle in your ecosystem. But from a technical perspective, you can absolutely do so. And here are some facts, right? So first of all, if you terminate someone, can you have this a way that you can have during the termination screen or event, the system asks you whether you want to inactivate that position or not. So that's one piece of configuration. Number two, it's what if someone puts their notice and you're backfilling that position, but the person hasn't left yet? How can you go about that? Well, there's a way that you can set up forgot what it's called. It's like a time period that the position, even though it might be one-to-one, one FTE to one FTE, it might allow you to be overstaffed for a particular amount of time, which you can definitely configure that amount of time. That's a second piece of configuration. Then the third one too, if you have integrated with recruiting, you probably want to be able to recruit as soon as someone leaves, right? Or as soon as someone puts their notice. So these have, and in order to do so, depending on your config, right? But one of the criteria is that your FTE, or your field for TBH to be higher needs to be set up as yes for the integration to work. So otherwise, you're going to get an error. Well, this is another piece of configuration that allows you to set that automatically, right? In the event that someone vacates a position, that field to be automatically set up to be yes. That way you can start recruiting, avoiding the whole approval process of a position, which again, only makes sense in my opinion for high frequency or high volume positions. But if you're looking at I would argue 80% of companies out there are going to have a bunch of their population just to be, people in which we expect a high turnover. Sorry, I had a mental fart there. I was thinking, do you guys know, by the way, the difference between turnover, the technical difference, turnover versus attrition? This is actually a different. Nice. I realized that a lot of people just use it concurrently, and they think it's the same thing, and it's not. That's a topic for another video. But anyways, the point of this video is that can you recycle positions? Yes, absolutely. Is it straightforward to set up? If you know what you're doing, yes. Is it straightforward to make a decision around it? not necessarily. It does require someone who knows what they're talking about to help navigate the conversation, to help make a decision. And I'm being fairly strict on this one. And you guys know me, I'm fine sharing as much info as I can, free or less. As long as I stay available, I'm fine. Right? I don't depend on anything else. But for this one, it's not as simple. I mean, and there's not really good documentation out there. It does require someone to come and help you navigate the conversation, to make the decisions, and then the system piece, if you know what you're doing, it's a couple of hours worth of config and testing. So that's what I have for today. Have a good one.